Hello everyone! Welcome to Sophisticated DIY. In one of my past videos, I made the complete sewing pattern block for my doll. So with this block, I can make any dress I want. So I just decided to make a gala dress using those patterns to see how well my basic patterns will work. I decided to make a simple but elegant dress, and I'm gonna try to make it in one go. I mean, I'm not gonna make a toile or anything like that. I'm gonna just go and try to do it. So let's go. I have my design and I have my basic patterns here. First, I try to make a nice cut, a different cut. Not the regular way, but then I remember that my main intention is to try my patterns on. I decided that today I'm not gonna be as experimental I always wish to be. And I'm gonna make my patterns in the traditional way. So I'm just gonna go back to the drawing board. I will go to discard my first try instead of having the cut that I had at the top part to make better shape. I'm gonna do like just a regular corset style princess cut. So basically what I did was a 3/4 pattern using my basic patterns, and now I'm pivoting the darts and making my cuts. I have my patterns, it's all nice and good. I'm finishing a little bit more shape at the bust area, and then I'm going to the skirt part. So I'm making a cut that goes from the top in the center and a little bit more low at the back. And I'm gonna add to the skirts 4 godets in a different way. Instead of in the traditional way, I'm gonna add the godet at the center front and back front, and then at the sides. But anyways, although I have the godets, I'm still making the skirt a little flare. Now that I have my front pattern, before I cut it, I'm gonna make sure to scan those patterns just in case you want them. I can digitalize them in the future. Now my patterns are photocopied and scanned, so I can keep working. Now I'm gonna go to the back skirt pattern, and I'm gonna use the side cut to make the side at the back as well, so that way I make sure that they'll match. And now I have scanned my back pattern, so I can cut all my patterns, and this is what I have. For the fabric, I'm gonna use some fabric that I have in my stash. This is a really not too good satin and organza. None of them are the best to sew, but I can manage. I'm gonna start by ironing my fabric. That way I make sure that my fabric cut is the right size, and always when I cut my fabric, I prefer to pin the pattern to the fabric, and then I add the seam allowances. But there are so many ways you can do it. We can talk about in another video. Anyways, because these patterns are so small and they are so many pieces, I am trying to mark not just the seam allowance but as well the pattern. That way I will make sure to stitch in the right spot when I'm joining all the pieces. This part of the dress took me a lot of time because it's my first try of the pattern, so I'm trying to cut it exactly the way it should be. After all my satin is cut once, now I'm gonna cut the organza fabric. I'm gonna cut a second layer of the satin bodice because I need one layer for the lining and the other layer to cover the organza. These are all my pieces, and I always try to make sure to have them in the right order. That way I don't get confused. I start by sewing from the center front towards the sides until I have my front bodice ready. And as I showed you before, I'm making sure to sew on top of the lines. After I have my front bodice ready, then I'm gonna work on the back bodice. And because the pieces are so similar, I make sure to make a notch in a different place to recognize them. I make a notch of the centerpiece in the middle of the center and the sides at the top part. Now that I have my lining together, I'm gonna work with the top part of the dress, which is a little bit more tricky because I have first to join together the organza with the satin, and then I'm gonna sew those pieces together, like making it like one piece of the fabric. I'm trying here to be very careful as these materials are slippery and difficult to work with, but I'm trying to do my best. I want to add a little bit of detail. I'm browsing among my ribbons to try to find a nice ribbon that it will present itself like a little bit like the bones of a corset or something like that. So I'm using the black one and I'm trying to sew very carefully on top of that. This is so thin. I'm trying that my ribbon is exactly on top of the seam and like working against myself. But I think anyways that it looks really good, although they will be a little bit covered by the draping I'm gonna make now. For the draping, I make sure to use my fabric on bias that will bend and work very well with the base. After I have my pleats done, I'm gonna steam it a little bit, but I'm not pressing it. Just steam it to make sure that they will take the shape. And I'm gonna sew it to my bustier. This was the first set of pleat, and then I'm making another one like a crisscross just to make it look a little bit more interesting. And after my pleats are done, I can work with the back of my bodice. Notice the notch that tells me that this is the side seam. I'm sewing as well the ribbon over the seams so it looks all the same. And I'm gonna install an invisible zipper on my bodice the same way I will do an invisible zipper in a regular size cloth. I have a video about how to install an invisible zipper. You can take a look at it. So my bodice is pretty much done, and now I'm deciding what kind of bones I'm gonna add to the lining. I have those plastic stick bones that I use when I make bras. They are very good and comfortable. So I was wondering if these will be a little better than the regular bones that you will use for dolls. And I think still the regular bones will work better with my dress. I'm gonna use the regular bone. This is my bustier. This is how it's looking until now. So I can work now with the skirt part. For the skirt, I'm gonna make French seam. For the French seam, you sew your material at 1/4 inch seam allowance. I think I'm using a little bit more than 1/4. I'm not being careful here. I don't know why. I think I was overconfident because the bustier looks so good. It's so well. It's perfect. So doing the skirt, and the skirt didn't fit, and I cut a new skirt instead of checking if was my sewing. I'm telling you that I did that without making a toile, which is the correct thing. But my second try was better. A little bit too big, but I can correct it easily. I made the skirt separate this time because you need to join the transparent fabric with the base just when your dress is taking your shape, but in the skirt is flowy, so they can be separate without any problem. And now I have my skirt, and I think it's looking really good. And now I'm gonna decide how to decorate it, but before that I need to have the right shoes or the right length shoes because I need to finish the hem first and then the decoration. I'm trying to make some kind of shoes, and I've been 3D printing the soles. I am very new to the 3D printing world. I decided that I cannot really work in what I want, which is making clothes at scale, if I don't have the right accessories too for my mannequins, that in this case are my dolls. So I have different soles that I might use to make the shoes, but in the meantime I see that these boots are more or less the same height, so I can try on the dress with the the boot and I will know exactly the height I need. And here you go, this is the dress until now, and I think the length is pretty much perfect. I think that I need at least one more pleat to go a little bit lower so it looks more well. I know that now it's on top of the other pleats, but still I think it will look way better. And something that I think I can do as well is a kind of make a flower to join together the back and the front in a better way. I open a little bit the side to insert the pleat, and I'm closing it back by hand using the back stitch, which is very, very strong. Now I'm analyzing if I should put a horsehair on the edge of my hem. That will look amazing, but my horsehair is white. I should have bought a blue horsehair. If I had time, I would have done it, but I didn't think on time about that detail. So I'm gonna do the regular hem using the band roll technique. For the lining, I can use the horsehair. The lining is completely opaque and it will cover completely the horsehair. It will be okay. I'm still working in my shoes. These are my first shoes, so don't be too judgmental about them. Yes, I should have sand or at least print a little bit better. That's all. But I have the hopes that the gel nail will clean everything and it will be all. At least I cured it. In the meantime, while I'm curing it, I'm trying to print a purse. I found the STL files for the purse and for the shoe soles on Thingiverse. I'm gonna link the description box below. I print out that purse too, just in case. And this is how my shoes are looking. I know. And until now, this is my dress. I'm very proud of it. I think it looks really good. Now is the time to decorate my dress. So I'm using a soldering iron to cut the applique so I can have pretty much like an applique. I'm gonna try to see how much I wanna cut it. So I'm gonna cut a little bit and see how it will look. And I think I should go through all the edge, letting just the applique part. And now that I have my soldering, I'm gonna take the opportunity to make a circle, and then from the circle a kind of swirl, and then I'm gonna use my soldering tool again to go over my lines, and that way I'm gonna cut the fabric, and at the same time it will seal itself and it won't get unraveled. And with that, I can make my flowers for my dress. And I have my applique done as well. So I'm gonna sew all my appliques at the front and at the back of the dress and a little bit here and there. It's like a kind of a combination blue and black. And for the lining, I'm gonna just sew the lining by hand just to finish my dress very nicely. Like that. Here you go. I'm gonna turn my dress and I'm gonna try on my doll and it's looking good. For my shoes, I'm gonna try to use a little bit of vinyl and I'm gonna try to glue it in the right place. I know that the feet will cover that, but still I think it's a nice detail. Now I'm gonna use my ribbons because those sandals are made to be finished with the ribbons. Another detail that I wanted to add was glove. And after a few tries and error, I came across with a nice pattern. I first started trying to use my doll hands as a pattern, but the way she has her fingers, it was pretty much impossible. So I was checking my own hands to make the patterns, of course, smaller, like if I were painting them. I was making my gloves on black and stain the hands of my doll. So I decided to try on using the white, and finally I got the pattern right this is very beautiful fabric. It looks so good, but it's not so stretchy as it should, but it's okay. I got a bracelet at the dollar store and I cut it to make it a little shorter, like a kind of collar for my doll. I wanted to use the rest as earrings, but the ears of my doll aren't still perforated and I'm very afraid to do it myself. Finally, I'm making the crinoline. I was debating at the beginning if I should add it to the dress so it's part of the dress, but usually as in human size, I prefer to have a separate crinoline because you can store easily your dress because the crinoline takes a lot of space. So I decided to do it this way this time. Although after I did the crinoline, I kind of attach it because I found it easier than just put the crinoline and then put the dress. Now I'm trying to make a little bit of decoration to my shoes and to the purse. I'm adding a little bit of strap to the purse as well. And now we are ready. We are gonna get ready with me. I have everything that I need now. I have the dress, which I'm very proud of it because just using the pattern block, I was able to draft it in one go. The shoes, I make the glove, I printed the purse, it's all cute, and I have a nice collar too, and the wig is all done and nice. She's so excited to try on her dress. Now is the time to put on her sandals. It's kind of a little bit of a Greek design, and after all, I think it looks really good. When I got this doll, the thumb was broken. I tried to glue it, but it didn't really work very well. So I got a new hand to replace this one. And I'm gonna put on the glove. Putting on those gloves is not an easy task. They fit exactly to their fingers. So I have to be very patient to do it. Please let me know in the comments if you would like a tutorial about how to make those gloves. So she's almost ready. Now we are going to zip it up a little bit until the top, and we are going to put on the accessories. We are going to put the wig cap, and finally we are going to put on her wig. And here you go, there she is. Look at all the details, the decoration of her dress, the fitting, her accessories. She's going to a gala at the theater, so she wanted to look good today. If you find this video useful or entertaining, please give us a like and don't forget to subscribe, share, comment. Bye!